But I guess we have to talk about, hopefully, coming months, the Premier League champions.
No, well, Man City. That's not in the running order.
No, Arsenal again, obviously, that's now 3 wins in a row.
Yeah.
After the result against Manchester City, they go and beat Aston Villa away, which was a tough game. They beat Leicester away, and then when they go back to the Emirates, they beat Everton, which, by the way, didn't start off the game. I was a little bit nervous. The first 10 minutes, Everton defended well, had a few opportunities, but then they get the goal and they go on and win 4-0. I mean, first and foremost, before we hear a little bit of audio from Adrian Durham, who I don't agree with.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on Arsenal this season, and do you think they can go all the way?
I do. I think they're favourites. I said this for a long time. I think they were 8 points clear a while back, and I said they're favourites then. I think that...
Does it hurt you to say that?
Yes, it does. Of course it does. But listen, I'm a pundit at the end of the day and I have to give an honest opinion. I've said this before, and people misinterpreted what I was saying. I like the way Arsenal play. I don't like that it's Arsenal playing that way. I like the way they play. I think last night I thought they were great. I thought Everton were poor. Yeah. We'll touch on that as well when we speak about that. Every time they go on a little blip, it looks like that's them done. And everyone says, oh, they'll fall off a cliff. They'll go. And I know Andy still says they will.
Oh, yeah. We've got to bet he believes Manchester United will finish above Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I think... it's a 2-horse race, and Manchester United has got that little nose just on the screen ready to make a move if they do. But after the Everton result, then the Arsenal, the Brentford draw, and then losing to Man City in the league, you're thinking, is that them done? Then they've gone and picked up 3 fantastic wins. I know it's Aston Villa, Leicester, and Everton last night, but they always, compared to last season, they always seem to recover, and they've made they haven't made the same mistake in terms of last January, where they didn't sign no one, and that was essentially what. That Spurs pipped them to top 4 because of that. The squad was too thin. They signed some good players. Trossard's a great player, and he's come into the team. And yeah, it's horrible for a Spurs supporter to say this. And I'm there on TV last night seeing Spurs get knocked out by Sheffield United while they're annihilating Everton. It's not nice. It's not nice.
So, all right, well, listen, Adrian Durham, he was at Old Trafford for kickoff show last night, and he did have this to say on Arsenal's form this season.
The definition of luck is something that goes in your favour that you don't control. It's a wonderful thing. We all love a bit of luck now and then. Arsenal are having a huge amount of it just lately. And get this list, right? There was no Casemiro when they faced Man United. Caicedo and McAllister didn't play when the Gunners went to Brighton. Diaz was injured for Liverpool first half at the Emirates. No Kulusevski for the North London derby at home. No Maddison when they went to Leicester at the weekend. In injury time at Villa, an Arsenal shot hits the bar and goes in off the keeper, whereas a Villa shot hits the bar, goes away to safety. No Bentancur when they went to Spurs. Paulinho will be suspended for Fulham when they meet a week on Sunday. And tonight is just that little bit too soon for Calvert-Lewin to return. Little things make big points. The joke's over now. No team deserves this much luck. It's ridiculous.
Do you know what? I love Adrian Durham, but I don't agree with what you're saying there, because I think in any run for any kind of trophy, or you're going for the Premier League title, in any walk of life, you need a bit of luck. And yes, Arsenal have had it, but I mean, that's just part and parcel of football. I mean, yeah, Paulinho is a good player for Fulham. The Maddison at Leicester, I know their form goes when Maddison's not there, but these things happen. Kulusevski not being available for Arsenal. Casemiro is probably the big one where you'd go. But then again, I don't think that's lucky, because Casemiro was the one who made that stupid tackle against Palace anyway.
Yeah. I'm the same as you, really, and that Adrian Durham's a god on the airwaves. But I don't agree with it. I think I understand what he's saying in terms of they're playing these teams at the right times, but all those times that he said you could counteract with Ivan Toney. His goal against Brentford, that shouldn't have counted.
Exactly.
And I think Jacob Murphy maybe against Newcastle, handball in the box. They should have had a penalty. They'd have won that game. That would have been 1-0, I believe. So you can counteract in terms of they've had bad luck in those occasions. But when you talk about teams going for the title or teams in a relegation fight, the one thing you say is they just need a bit of luck. So Arsenal have got that bit of luck, and luck does play a part in these situations, but it's not everything. They have to still beat, as much as he's saying the players that are missing, there's good players coming in to replace those. League. And it's the Premier League, and you have to beat these teams with players that are coming in to replace the big players that are missing, trying everything they can to get themselves in the starting lineup. Sometimes that's even trickier. So I understand the point he's coming from and what he's saying, but I can't agree with it. Luck plays a part.
In everything.
But it's not the be-all and end-all. Ability-wise, Arsenal have beaten everyone.
Well, and again, with Adrian's comments, I just believe that Arsenal played really well. I think they've beaten teams. Like, I think I've heard someone talk about when Arsenal beat Liverpool at the start of the season, they weren't playing as well, but you've still got to win these games. They're so important. And when you talk about luck in football, I mean, it goes all the way back to when we were in the youth team.
Yeah.
You have to be a bit lucky. I mean, yeah, it's very rare, I find, that the very best player from the very start of our journey, say you was there at 11, 10?
Yeah, 10.
The best player from like 10 years old goes the whole way to become the best player, you know what I mean, at the team, because a lot of things have to kind of fall into place. You could obviously have injuries, almost with luck as well, where someone's maybe got an injury, you've stepped up and you've taken your opportunity and they can't get back in. Luck plays a massive part in all levels of football. Yeah,
and decisions in my career that I look back that I made it was unlucky decisions, and that's why I think it's back to luck in terms of the Charlton situation where Charlton got relegated, and of course you and everyone else jumped ship and left, and you lot are all legends at Charlton, and I get booed when I go back there because I stayed and I tried to make the right call, and that was bad luck on my part because it didn't end up well. I ended up ending my last part of my career in the Championship. I never got back to the Premier League. So yeah, decisions is a certain type of luck as well, and like you said, that goes through all the way up through from 10 to youth team to reserves. Injuries, decisions you've made on and off the pitch, when certain aspects of your life play a part as well, and then the teams you're playing against. And at the moment, I mean, I'd love Spurs to have the luck that Arsenal have had, and I'm not saying it's not luck, because it is, but you still have to beat what's in front of you. And for him to say that the joke's over now, it did tickle me when I heard it.
He just hates Arsenal, didn't he?
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.